Welcome back
Don't chip my mug.
to the Leader Podcast.
Lord bless you and keep you. Lord make his face shine upon. You know what got me? I don't know if this is word for word what I said.
I don't know if it is either, but it's so close. It's so funny.
Oh yeah, the ending is right. I totally fumbled the ending, but the Lord knows what it is. I love you and He loves you, I think is what I said. But what got me is shine his face.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that too soon. But I
Yeah.
did. I jumped straight to it. I got a little trigger happy.
So good.
And so at our last church, we worked together, and I hosted there a lot more than I host here.
You did.
And I did that blessing a lot more there than I did it here.
You did.
Here I've only I've only closed like a handful of times. Right? They leave a closer for strong righty out of the bullpen. It ain't me. So it had been a minute since I did it. Right? And the best part about that story is during Q to Q, I also fumbled it very badly. And Craig was standing there.
You practiced it and messed it up and then still messed it up.
The best part is I messed it up and I looked at Craig. I was like, don't worry, I'll get it. But that morning, it was the day after high school weekend. I was very tired. And
Fair.
I brought my kids with me because we were hosting our whole family, which I don't recommend doing that during high school weekend.
Yeah, somebody didn't have his calendar right.
So I brought my boys with me to help out my wife. And they were with me all morning. And so I was kind of like in dad mode.
Yeah.
And then I'm literally like, oh, it's time. And I was like, I forgot to rehearse it. Like it just... Anyway.
That's so good. It's one of my all-time favorite Nick Clayton moments. It really is.
Because you just like to watch me fail. What we're going to do leader shout out.
Leader shout out.
Leader shout out roulette and free ice cream on
Yes.
behalf of Mad Mike's and Psycho
Phil.
Yeah.
Mad Mike's.
All right.
Let's
So,
go.
leader shout out.
These are all the
and
folks.
free ice cream.
And these are all the folks who RSVP'd for our March leader lunch.
Yes or no.
Yes or
so
no.
Even you slackers got
Yep.
a chance to get in there.
Just tell us no. We're
Yeah.
buying food. We got to know how much.
Yeah. You 39. We're like 10 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we're like, we're not buying you anything.
Download the group me. Unmute it, Tim Smith.
He's going to love that.
All right.
He's going to end up muting it again if we don't stop doing that.
The winner goes to Leanne Ebert.
Oh my gosh, Leanne Ebert.
The maker of the mug.
Yeah, the shout out
Thank
is
you.
the mug.
Yeah.
Like, Leanne, let me tell you something.
There's a million shout outs.
So many. She is such a spreadsheet thinker.
Yeah.
We've been trying to work on some reports and stuff. And yes, Leanne, I know I don't have you all the things that you need yet. And she's
By
like,
the time this drops, you will, though.
she's like,
that's
if
your
you
deadline.
I mean, maybe. Let's be honest, probably not. But she's like, don't worry about that. Just give me the raw data. I can make this spreadsheet do whatever I want it to do.
If only she knew what she was saying. Like, what do you mean? Like, here's my login. Just go figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you pull the raw data. Yeah, you just go be me. Like, please be my brain. Yeah,
it's Darren
she's
S at
fantastic.
crosscreekchurch.com, and the password is the combination of something like this.
It won't matter. Nick has posted my password in the group me no less than 3 times to everything. But let me tell you something else that Leanne did in concert with her cohorts in 7th and 8th grade girls at 11 o'clock. She and Catherine and Katie Porter decided they wanted to make sure that there was a great and smooth transition from the 6th graders who are going to be moving up in June to their group.
Ooh.
And so they, on their own volition, got together with the 6th grade 11 o'clock leaders and said, let's do a joint pool party or something. I don't know what they're doing because I only half listen. But my wife was telling me, because she leads 6th grade girls, that they're organizing a party.
Love it.
So that the 6th grade leaders can come in, the 6th grade girls can come in, and all those people can be together in a room before promotion.
Yeah.
So that it's not weird when they promote into
That's
a new
so
group
smart.
of
We
new
should have
leaders.
thought of that.
I
What
know.
is wrong
I
with
was like,
us?
you should be running this place.
I
Leanne.
know, for real.
Yeah, so good.
She'd be like, I would, but I can't afford to come there for
Yeah,
what you
for
guys
what
would pay
make
me.
combined.
Oh, man. All right, well, we're rounding out our winning series.
Yep.
And so we've been talking about winning weekly, winning monthly, winning by the semester, and now what an entire serving term. If you do all the things
For a whole year.
hopefully it would look like this. And so
Yeah.
we'll do student experience, and then we'll do Connect Group leaders. So 4 people on the student experience, check-in, greeting, safety, cafe.
Yeah.
For them, the yearly win might look something like...
Why do you keep pitching it to me? You know these answers too. Me either, but thank you.
We
I
rehearsed.
It.
We that's our shtick. Like I set it up. You
rehearse,
and then you.
Right. Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know about that, but
that's badminton for
I will say
knock it out of the slam dunk.
One of the things that I think lends itself to is I'm ready to take a bigger step in leadership. Whether that is I'm going to lead a section of this team. Maybe I've had so much interaction now with students that maybe I want to do something.
Just can't get enough.
Yeah, like I need a little bit more. I want to have a little bit more of a spiritual impact on them than I have from where I sit in that seat. So maybe I want to try. Michelle Shadler right now is in that space. She has been doing student experience now for at least a year. And now she's stepping in as a Connect Group assistant every other week to just try it out. She's not 100% in yet, but she's trying it out. She's thinking about it. And that is the trajectory of how it should go. That the longer you sit in that spot, the more exposure you have with students, the more you learn to love where you lead and you're leading where you love, the more ownership you want to take of that moment. And
eventually after, you initially onboard, especially in I would say the student experience, you're like, I just don't feel like I'm doing that much with students. And we're like, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Want to do more?
Yeah. We got something for you.
Yeah. So it's that if you're feeling that way, it's not an abnormal feeling, I guess I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
And so it's all right to be like, what else might there be for me?
When we first got here, I don't know if you probably remember this. When we first got here,
I remember everything.
You signed on for a lifetime. Like there were no terms. There were no every other week options. There were no you either served.
And you had to serve Sunday and Wednesday.
Yes. You either served all the time or you didn't serve at all. And so one of the progressions.
It's a great way to run some leaders
off. One of the natural progressions of having options like every other week or, once a month on a Wednesday or whatever, it lets you get your toes wet so that you can grow into your call. Yeah. You don't have to know the whole call from the start.
So eventually you're ready to get your ankles wet.
Yeah, agreed. Or maybe go all in.
Yeah.
So,
there's a metaphor for you.
Yeah.
So then Connect Group leaders, they've already become Connect Group leaders.
I mean,
so
you're not wrong.
Broken into that, right? There are assistants.
Right.
Some who are every other week.
Yeah.
And some who maybe want to stay every other week.
Yeah.
But then there's also our main Connect Group leaders who are the expectation for them are weekly anyway.
Yeah.
So what's that look like for them?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of time our assistant leaders are assistants because they don't feel secure enough or well-rounded enough, or they're not confident enough to go in and just lead a group out the gate.
Yeah.
Often they're wrong about that about themselves, but that's how they feel. So we'll start you.
We'll honor your feelings.
Yes,
we know you're wrong.
We'll acknowledge your feelings until you get them right. And so I would say for an assistant, for sure, that if needed, you would feel confident to step in and take your own group.
Yeah.
I could lead a group by myself with my own assistant leader.
Yeah.
After a year, you should definitely feel confident enough to do that.
Yeah.
You might not be able to answer all the spiritual questions. We also can't do that.
Same, by the way.
Yeah, 100%. So
Darren doesn't even know who the judges of Israel are.
I literally got a big quiz right before we walked in here. I was like, I'm too tired to answer that. Ask me a different question. So, it's okay to not know all the things. The goal is to feel confident enough to lead students. And after a year sitting in as an assistant, you're, if you're hitting that out of the park, you're ready to do that.
And students are okay with vulnerability too.
Yeah.
So if they ask you a hard question, you can say, that's a really good question, man. I don't know. Is it okay if I look it up and we talk about it next week?
Yeah.
You get a week to study it. I bet you, first of all, you'll find the answer. And second of all, it will help you in your faith when you do that. So it's okay to field a question that you're
or
unsure
also
of the
throw
answer.
it back to them.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know. You do some research. I'll do some research.
Let's compare notes next.
Yeah, exactly. And I think if you're if you're already leading a Connect group, man, I'm telling you, after a year, you're an ambassador for the student ministry. You're helping leaders, new leaders on board. You are helping enlist folks who don't know how amazing it is over here.
Please help us enlist folks, because me and Darren don't go to this church really. and we need your relational influence.
We do need your equity, which would be great. I mean, you're helping students find their fit, take their next steps. Like you're the ambassador of student ministry at Cross Creek.
Yeah.
You're not just showing up on Sunday and putting in your 45 minutes and then going home.
If you have made it a full year as a main Connect group leader weekly, we'll get you a Cross Creek Students Ambassador shirt.
Okay.
Should we?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Start designing it right now.
All right, great.
Yeah.
Ben, design it.
Great. Yeah. Ben, get on that.
All right.
So
Storytime?
love it. Storytime.
Let's do
Great.
it. All right. So, as you know, last Sunday at date of recording was One Big Day questions. Mm-hmm. And because we had a guest speaker,
yeah,
you have to watch last week's episode for that.
That's an inside joke. By the way, incidentally, can I just throw this out? Spring break and the highest number of first-time guests we've had all year long.
Oh, yeah, that was actually crazy.
It was crazy.
I was like, oh, yeah, hey, this is nothing like what we normally do, but here we go.
Yeah.
Have fun.
For real.
Good thing we had donuts accidentally.
Yeah, whoops.
So I think one of our students was trying to stump
the team.
Not me, not Luke, not Kaylee, trying to stump Cameron. See how, which incidentally, he's younger than me.
Yeah.
Even though he's the pastor of adults. And so we got a bunch of great theological questions. I can't tell you, Darren, we talked about lying so much because that was the first question, like one of the preloaded questions.
Yeah.
And then students asked so many clarifying questions. Like,
really?
Yeah. They like,
man, I wish
y'all
I had
Texans
been here.
And you're like, niceness that is sometimes borderline lying. That's what the students wanted to keep knowing.
Hey, I don't know. You're a Texan now. You got to stop that. You've been here 2.5 years.
I don't lie like a Texan.
Yeah.
I'll shoot it to you all the way straight. Shoot it to you.
Okay.
Anyway, so, but one of the questions was Skibbity Rizzler or Super Sigma. That was the question. And that's Gen Z slang or Gen Alpha slang, whichever one you want it to be, by the way. And we made Cameron take it. And so the best part was we had a little break or whatever.
Yeah.
And he went and he researched.
What did it mean?
Yeah. He's like, I think I am Skibbity Rizzler, but I aspire for Super Sigma. Which I thought was a very astute answer on his part.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I hated missing that.
Thanks for coming, Cam, by the way.
Yeah,
we
Cam,
appreciate
you're
having
a hero.
you.
The hero we don't
You'll
deserve.
never watch this, but appreciate it.
I don't know. Michaela might watch it.
There you go. Someone send this to him.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. Should we crash land this thing?
Crash land it.
See you guys.
Love y'all.